All right, we're back now. You know, it's graduation season. This morning, we want to introduce you to a recent Ph.D. graduate from Rice, Felix Wu. Felix is here alongside his mom, Lisa, his father, Gang, to share more about this journey that, Felix, you've been on. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Happy graduation, and you too, Mom and Dad, congratulations.
Yes, thank you.
How's everybody feeling?
Very good, very
Excited.
excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, you ready to get back to work, or do you need a break? I mean, I feel like that's a lot of school, Felix.
A little bit of a break, actually. Start work next week.
Do you really?
Yeah. So,
right away? Oh, my goodness.
Excited to get started.
Felix, you are a triple owl. Tell people what that means exactly.
From what I understand, that means I have 3 degrees from Rice, undergraduate, master's, and PhD degrees from Rice University.
That is incredible. Now, I understand, Felix, you were diagnosed with muscular dystrophy
Yes.
as a young child. How did that impact your growth and your learning and your experiences over the years?
Yeah, so I think generally 2 kinds of considerations here. So of course the medical aspect of having to deal with my condition of my muscles getting weaker over time. And so a lot of times that means I can't do the same things as my peers, at least in the same way they do. So that's one thing, is that a lot of things were inaccessible to me. And so growing up, that's been a challenge. But also beyond that, sometimes it's about perceptions of people with disabilities, seeing that maybe you're not as capable as you might be, or just kind of not being able to see past your disability. So oftentimes those are challenges that I've faced growing up, but in general, I've tried to not let that keep me down and let me keep going.
Doesn't seem like it held you back at all. Mom, Dad, what do you think about the way Felix handled this?
Oh, we certainly appreciate it. Yeah, so he's actually teach us a lot.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very optimistic and strong mind and very self-driving. So, and also he's very home-hearted. He helps people, I mean, whenever he can. And so we actually learn a lot from him. Certainly we encourage each other.
That's beautiful.
Actually,
It's beautiful. It goes both ways
Yes,
like
He's
that.
our
sure.
example. Yeah.
Felix, what did you study? What is your PhD in?
So I study industrial organizational psychology, which is what I like to say psychology of the workplace and all that comes with it. So that involves things like hiring people, training, leadership, teams, diversity in the workplace, those types of topics.
And you're going to go into that career field.
Yes, I'll be a consultant, and I also will continue to do disability in the workplace research on the side. I'm interested in that topic, and a lot of what I do is in that area.
Is there a particular reason why you got into that, or something that inspired you to do this kind of work?
Yeah, I guess I kind of wanted to give back and like learn from my experience, and coming from that inspires research. I think that is relatively understudied, so I'm hoping to use some of my lived experiences to actually include that into research, basically.
Mom and Dad, what kind of tips or suggestions would you have for other families that have challenges, and how they might learn to work through them?
I think each family has different situation, but so there are something which we did, which we believe maybe help other family and may not be suitable for everybody. So first things, I think as a parent, you know your lifestyle has been adaptive. You have to adapt to whatever, okay, because the situation keeps changing. Okay, and his disease is also progressive, so we have to keep adapting to whatever required. Another thing is we let him to choose what he wants to do. So we don't push him, and we just support him, fully support him. He decides what he wants to do. And another thing is we actually, from a very early stage, we discuss his disease with him. And we although very little at the beginning, but gradually we actually talk with him a lot. And now he fully understands what's going on. He made the decision by himself. So we actually talk about those, how to handle how to cooperate with the disease and all those situations. So I think that's important for the disease, for the kids. I mean, if they have some disability problem, and you don't want to hide things from them.
Right.
Yeah, so it's early they understand, they actually can make a decision. Sometimes, surprisingly, they make a good decision for themselves. So yeah.
Despite all the challenges.
Yeah. Sometimes you think, oh, we are more mature, we want to make the decision for them. No, probably not. Okay. Right. Yeah, from their perspective, sometimes they can make a better decision. That's our opinion. Yeah. And the last one is his mobility certainly is very strained. But we still try to take him whenever there's a chance to see around the world. So I think that's very important. I mean, get to know outside the world, because they, by themselves, they are kind of like limited. Yeah, and whole. Yeah,
So you need to make that extra effort.
Yeah, so we made that extra effort, and I mean, now his mobility is getting worse and worse, but we're still taking him to see the world whenever it's possible. Yeah. So
it's lovely seeing you in this video around campus. I mean, was this around graduation time? When was this taken?
This was right after my dissertation defense.
It was, okay. Well, you feel at home on that campus, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
Let me ask you, how important was that communication from your parents growing up? Do you remember a point where you were conscious of the fact that I have this disease, it is progressing, but I'm not going to let it get me down? I mean, was there a moment of clarity there that you remember?
Yeah, I think I don't think there's a specific moment, but over time, yes, I think so. I think I understood that there are things I need to do that might be different from my peers. And for example, a lot of people in high school likes to sleep very late and stay up studying. Well, I had to sleep earlier basically, and I had to learn to be efficient with my time. So it's kind of, I've learned over time that I needed to adapt.
Yeah, and you learn in your own way.
Yes, exactly. Right.
Do you have any a message maybe, Felix, or suggestions for those that may be struggling? They feel like they're down. There's something holding them back, and they can't seem to get whatever that extra kick is to get them out of it. What can you speak to that?
Yeah, I would say there's many obstacles as someone with a disability, and sometimes it's about just moving forward and seeing if you can get through the next day. That's important, to just get to the next day, and that's the important thing, is that seeing one step at a time, however small that might be.
Yeah, and it's okay to have big dreams. Is that okay?
Yes, I think it's definitely okay, but I still think it's important to understand where there might be places you need to be adapting more. But I think, yes, definitely there's a way, but sometimes it might be unique compared to what people might expect.
And let's talk a little more about how you're going to bring this into the workplace, because as a consultant, presumably you'll get to touch different companies, different groups of people. How do you plan to address that?
Yeah, so definitely there's a lot of workplace practices that definitely improve inclusion, for example, and I think that's going to be something I will try to work towards, and also continuing to do research that I still is still doing, so I think that's potentially another avenue as well to improve the workplace.
Hey, you're not going to let go of that research, are you?
No, it's hard to.
It's in you, right? You want to do it. God bless you. Felix Wu, Gang Wu, and Lisa Hu, thank you so much to all of you, and congratulations.
Yeah.
We wish you the best of luck, Felix. Hope you'll come back in a little while and chat with us and catch up.
Yeah, for sure.
All
Thank
right.
you.
And go Owls, right? All right.